Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Bryce, talking to you about you and your business. Kent Batman, you know him. He's a reoccurring contributor here on The Price of Business, always bringing interesting guests and content for us, and always involved in a lot of enterprises. He is a serial entrepreneur, and he's also a partner with me in a company that we're developing called K&K Prep, and which we're helping individuals really be able to prepare for themselves financially with that. And you can learn more about that at usdailyreview.com, and I'm sure you heard our new ad for that here on today's program. We got a good guest, though, for you today. One of the things that Kent and I are interested in is innovation out there when it comes to employers who are kind of forward-thinking and cutting edge when it comes to taking care of their employees. And Ron Burton works with a company that does just that. It's called Marketplace Chaplains USA is the organization he is with. He's a regional leader with them. And Kent, before you introduce the guests, kind of give the audience a little bit more about your background, and then let's go ahead and have Ron on.
Okay. Well, first of all, Kevin, we've got Brian Horner, the division director.
Brian Horner. I apologize. Thank you.
But K&K Prep offers payroll-deducted silver and gold. So we're really excited that employees at their place of business can spend as little as $10 a pay period and buy precious metals that they can hold on account or have shipped directly to them. So a great way to prepare in these uncertain times.
Yeah, absolutely, and they are becoming increasingly uncertain every day. Sorry, Brian, for my misstep. Brian, what exactly are you doing for Marketplace?
Well, and thank you both to you, Kent, and to Kevin. Yeah, I'm the division director of the Gulf Coast Division for Marketplace Chaplains. Great pleasure to be with both of you today.
Good to have you.
Yeah, kind of give us the history of Marketplace Ministries.
Marketplace Ministries, Marketplace Chaplains, we're an organization that started nearly 30 years ago. Matter of fact, next year we're going to be celebrating 2014, our 30th anniversary, with a big celebration and banquet up in the Dallas area. And that's where we got started. Our founder, Gil Strickland, was a military chaplain, a colonel in the Army, and this vision was laid on his heart 30-plus years ago. And Gil spoke to, I'm sure, a lot of folks, and probably a number of them said, boy, I might work in the military, but the business world, are you kidding? But today we're a pretty large organization, international, coast to coast in the United States and a number of other countries. So,
Kent?
That's impressive. As a chaplain, what do you do with the companies you service?
Yeah, well, my responsibility is, say, with the Gulf Coast Division, which runs from Victoria, Texas, up north of Huntsville and over to Beaumont, and then actually Alaska, a little different geographical layout, but we have some companies with operations, Texas-based companies and clients, and so we also oversee that area. So my responsibility is operations and making sure that we've got the right team in place in all of the companies that we serve. And our chaplains, though, are a wide variety of backgrounds, but most of all, they have a passion for people, caring for people, and seeing that employees are doing their best every day.
Very good. I do want to mention over at mchapusa.com. That's mchapusa.com. USA.com. You can learn more about it just looking at some of the information here. Over 2,700 chaplains, over 550,000 employees touched by those chaplains who speak several different languages and dialects. Really interesting footprint, very big footprint. Kent?
Yeah, I'm curious, though. So does that mean the employees have access, or is everybody assigned a specific chaplain at every place of business? Yeah. Is it mostly for employees or mostly for business owners?
No, the business owners have to have the heart for the people that work in their companies, the employees. We're there certainly for the business owners and operators, but we're there for every employee. We're also there for their family members, and so to me that's one of the greatest benefits and services. We may be visiting a company and the employee might say, you know what, I'm doing all right today, but my mom, she's having a difficulty, just slipped and fell, and she's in Toledo. Could you have a chaplain to go and visit with her? Or my brother's having a tough time in his marriage over in Tampa, Florida. Could you have somebody check in on him on my behalf? There's never a cost. The company pays for this. So the employees see it, of course, as a great, great benefit. And we've got a number of clients that we serve that the employees and the owners have said, if you look down through all the various benefits, and we serve some pretty creative and outstanding organizations, but if you looked at all the benefits, the chaplain program would rank right up there at the top. And so we're proud of that.
Yeah, very interesting. I see here that your largest client is Pilgrims, and they have over 32,000 employees. It's really impressive. Are you a not-for-profit, or are you positioned as a for-profit? Because you're using the language of profit.
Right. We are a nonprofit, but I like to say that we sort of do things in the best of two worlds. We have the heart of a nonprofit and caring for people, but also along with the business, we realize that a profit makes a difference and is important for all of the clients that we serve. And so we see the companies that we serve, their bottom line improves too. But we are a nonprofit, to answer your question, Kevin.
Kent, your next question.
Well, you can't help but ask the next question. What would it cost for a company to associate with your ministry?
Well, we do charge a fee, and some people say, how can you be a nonprofit and charge a fee? But there's plenty of nonprofit organizations that have a membership fee or some kind of arrangement like that. It varies, and the reason it varies is we serve a lot of different industries, a lot of different companies. It's easier to serve, for instance, one business that might be at a major crossroads or thoroughfare than it would be a business that might have 10 locations with 10 or 20 employees at each location. So we try to base that where it's going to be a very agreeable arrangement for the clients that we serve. And I can tell you this, that I've had a number of business owners that have told me, Brian, I've got one complaint. And I said, well, what's that, please? My only complaint is y'all don't charge enough. So the fee does need to be, worked out through our marketing department, our client development department up in Dallas, Plano. But it's, again, a very, very reasonable cost.
Yeah, absolutely. How many companies do you work with here in the greater Houston area?
Yeah, just in the Houston area, we serve over 90 different businesses, from car dealerships and fast food restaurants, home builders, commercial builders, and the petrochemical plants. We're a number of locations. So I like to say now, I don't think you can drive more than about 10 miles without going past one of our client companies in the greater Houston area. And as you both know, you can drive a lot of miles and still be within Houston. So we serve just all kinds of industries and businesses. Yeah.
Yeah, no question about it. Kent?
Well, this is exciting. I mean, I've talked to military chaplains. I've talked to people in business, and they wonder how to set up a spiritual organization within their organization. And having your company out there it's got to be met with a lot of excitement.
It really is. I've been with the organization now, Marketplace Chaplains, for 11 years, and I've done some other things in the past. I've been in the sales and marketing world, in the medical field, but to wake up every day and think, boy, we have the opportunity to look people in the eyes and ask them how they're doing, to hear their stories. You can imagine the things that we hear day in and day out as we meet people of all different backgrounds. Pretty remarkable, really, just some of the things that have happened over the years. And especially with the chaplains you mentioned, we just surpassed the 2,800 number of chaplains around the world. The United States, I mentioned, but also Canada, Mexico, Puerto Rico, the UK, and we're going into the Pacific Rim, into China and Korea. And so we have really seen an incredible expansion, especially the last couple of years.
Hey, let me ask you real quickly, the political environment, how is that, are you guys being threatened with lawsuits? Are you seeing any of that kind of action?
The amazing thing is no, and I think it's because we do things, we hope, in the right way, and that's our goal every day. First of all, it's voluntary. Nobody has to talk to a chaplain. Most folks are certainly familiar with EAPs and employee assistance programs. They do a great job. We work in many companies that have retained their EAPs. But our approach is a little different. We think it's quite personal and proactive. We're actually walking around in the businesses on a regular basis, building friendships and relationships. And I think the employees see just how much we truly care. I mean, first and foremost, we hire folks that love people and want to serve and have no other agenda except to help individuals. And so with that being said, I think people really see the bottom line is we're here to care for them. But it is voluntary. It's confidential. They know that the employees, what they share with the chaplain is going to stay with the chaplain, and so there's a great trust factor with that, too. So to answer your question, no, we really haven't. There's certainly some folks that may ask the question, oh, wait, now chaplains in the marketplace, never heard of such a thing. But we just mentioned that most people know about it in the military. The United States Senate has a chaplain. Most professional sports teams have chaplains, hospital chaplains, police departments, fire departments. So the concept is not unfamiliar to folks. But in the business place, if you want to do great business, in my opinion, you got to take care of the most important resource of all, and that's the people. And so we work with a lot of companies that have been on that 100 best list. Fortune or Forbes magazine, best places to work. We have one client that just reached number 7 last year. A lot that have made it in the Houston Chronicle and other lists, best places to work in this city and around the country. So.
No surprise. Great concept. Kent, great guest. Thanks for the segment. And in fact, I think Kent and I are going to work for you and I to visit further. We want to learn more about what we're doing. Maybe we could do a series of programs, Kent, on showcasing companies that use this ministry. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I love it.
You think, Brian, you think some of your clients would be interested to talk about what they're doing?
I think that'd be a wonderful idea. That's great.
I like that. All right, Brian Horder and Kent Batman. Brian, of course, is with Marketplace Chaplains. That is mchapusa.com. That's how you find out. And Kent Batman, he and I are working together in helping business owners of all types with our group that we're doing with K&K Prep. Thanks to both of you gentlemen.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Kent, so much.
You bet. When we come back, much more for you. I do want to remind you, best content here shows up over there at usdailyreview.com. You're listening to The Price of Business.